Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Next Level, man. I'm back again with a subscriber hangout for the YouTube community. Look at that, man. I'm getting some things popping up. I don't know, but I just I would do this live stream, man, and probably not gonna be for too long, but yeah, I'm back. Your boy is back. I'm healing. I'm healing. Got some things that I want to talk about. How's everybody doing on this fine Friday in May? May Day, May Day. Your boy Next Level is live on a Friday night. And I know a lot of people don't want to see that. But some people do, right? So, some people do. So, and it's like, you know, what are you doing this for, Next? What are you doing this for? Are you seeking attention? Like, do you just want, people all up in your grill? Like, you like trying to make friends? Is this a party? No, it's not. It's my life. This is my life. This is your life. And, we're going to live it. I say we because we are going to live it, and everybody has, different ulterior motives at the end of the day. I know a lot of people don't know or are not aware of, what's happening to them or what this TI community is. Mike Smith, what's going on, bro? How you doing, man? First comment of the day goes to my guy, Mike Smith. But a lot of people are not aware. Just like me, I wasn't aware. I thought this thing was something that it's not. I was totally blindsided all around the board, thinking that this thing was something that it's not. Not just this TI community, but life. This life that I live, this life that I've been living, ever since I've been born. And, things can get a little sketchy sometimes. Things can get a little sketchy. Autumn, what's going on? Autumn, how you doing? This right here is a subscriber hangout for all my, real TIs that's out here. Hope you are doing all right, my friend. It has been a hell of a week. Tell me about it, man. It's been a hell of a year so far, man. It's been a lot of twists and turns, you know. Future Knowledge, what's going on? How you doing, man? Simone, what's going on, Simone? Hey, my friend. You know, um, not sure how long this is gonna be. I'm glad you're back next. I'm glad to see you too, Mike. I'm glad, bro. I'm gonna come in here where there's a little bit of light so you guys can see me better. As you guys can see, the little blemish that I, suffered through that little altercation that you guys witnessed on that Pay Attention live stream. It was real, you know. Hey, Simone, how you doing, man? How's everyone doing? This is Friday night subscriber hangout. Just wanted to give my peoples out here that's going through what I'm going through an update. Tim, what's going on? Tim, bye. I'm out of high-speed data. He said I'll watch later. Be cool, next. Yeah. I'm always cool, man. I try to be cool, man, even in, life or death situations. Tracy, what's going on, Tracy? She says, you can say that again. It's not been easy lately. Sending you love as always. Hang in there. Tracy, I love you, man. Everybody who really ride with me, I love you guys, man. I really do. It's nothing but love in my heart. How you doing, Autumn? Autumn is solid. Tracy, Mike, everybody that's on right now. Actually, no, I don't know. We got 12 people on. Joseph, what's going on? You said life or death situation? Yeah, Joseph, yes. I have been in many life or death situations, you know. And with this, he said, yep, that's me. So definitely, we could definitely relate to that, man, because this thing is not, it's not a game. It's really not. And no, I'm not talking cold, bro. Like, I'm speaking straight facts, bro. You know, you know, there's a lot of people who do that, but I'm speaking straight facts. And I want to encourage all my subscribers that's watching right now, that's watching me live. Oh, my boy said I'm talking to Cole. Okay, I get it. I understand, Joseph. Big shout out to you. Everybody that's watching live right now, if you guys have any questions for me, I'm going to try and pay close attention to every comment, everybody that's leaving a comment right now. It's Miss Lady. What's going on, Miss Lady? It's your boy next level. I'm here. It's Friday night. Um, where I'm at. Big shout out to everybody tuning in right now. And anybody who has any questions for me, please type it in the comment section right now, because this is not next time. I'm not taking any phone calls tonight. But I've decided to keep going. Like Matt W. What's going on? Thank you for. He says, thank you so much for your encouragement and love. It ain't easy out here, man. That's a fact, Matt. It ain't. You know. But it is easy for some of these people who claim to be TIs. For these people who claim. My boy said, I'm in Los Angeles, man. I heard about the targeting out there in Cali. I have not made it out there yet. I was supposed to go. I was gonna go to this rally, before, I walked myself into a trap, into a setup where I really, honestly, 100% believe that I wasn't supposed to. They didn't plan on me walking out of there. But by the grace of God, I walked out of there. I'm highly trained in a few things. That's what's up, Joseph. That's what's up. Salute to you, bro. Um, but I'm just, I'm getting things kicking off. This is just a subscriber hangout. It's kind of an update. Because I came on last week and I was really upset. Like I really had a lot of things going through my head at the time. Like, you know, um, can't call PD. No, we can't. We can't. Unfortunately, we can't. And we can't call the PD, because things happen for us, you know, but there is someone that we can call on. Kendra, what's going on, Kendra? How you doing? Thank you for, stopping in. Tim Cameron says, I'm not exactly a TI, but some of my close friends are. People I've known since elementary school. I'm 44, so that's a long damn time. You're still a young man, Tim. You got a lot of life to live. You know, got a lot of things to do, places to see, people to bless with your energy, Tim. You're an awesome guy. Let me see. This is what happens when these interdimensional pieces of ish aim a frequency at a dog and have them attack you, man. Big shout out to my friend Tracy, man. I see you, Trace. I miss you, man. Kendra says we can all bless people. Yes, we can, Kendra. That's a fact. And it can get hard. It can get hard. It can be hard. You know, um, especially when you have been targeted. And you know, Joseph says, "I need blessings, man." I'm right with you on that, Joseph, man. And I think if we work together as a unit, and that's one thing that I've been saying over and over and over again, if we can work together, as a unit, we can bring blessings. We can call forth things into this realm that we are living in today. May God send blessings to you, Joseph. Yes, may God send blessings to you, my friend. And everybody watching this right now, everybody that's tuning in live with me right now. We got 17 people that's live right now. God bless everybody, friend or foe, TI, perp, whatever. The fact, like I had a lot of, well, I didn't have a lot of time, but I had some time to reflect on, some things that I've been through, some things that I'm going through. And my boy Mike Smith says, "How have you been?" Next, well, it's not been easy, Mike. You know, I just been taking some time to try to figure out where do I go from here. You know, I mean, knowing what I know now and going through the things that I've been going through, dealing with these people, and even just going through, walking through the fire. You know what I mean? Because that's exactly what's been happening with me. I've been walking through the fire. And thank you for whoever smashed that thumbs up. Thank you. Appreciate it. Friend or foe, thank you. Just want to thank you. You know, I gotta grab my lighter. I get completely, let me see, I got you completely, no matter how you perceive how I look. Yeah. I mean, you know what, Kendra? Thank you for, joining me on this live stream here. Me personally, I don't really go by what anybody looks, like a lot of people come on YouTube and they don't even show you how they look, like they just make videos and they don't show you a thing, like I try to give people me, and sometimes you never know what you're gonna get when you click on my channel. And to me, it's not about how you look, it's about who you are. It's about what's on the inside. It's about what's in your heart. It's about who you really are at the end of the day. Because in this TI community, I learned that this TI community is not necessarily 100% what I thought it was, and it broke my heart. I almost lost my life, you know, just wanting to believe and trust and, who people say they are. And future knowledge, what's going on? He said, that's right, show your face and represent. That's a fact. I feel you, future. Um, just wanting to believe that, these people are who they say they are, you know, and but that's not necessarily the case in this community, in this TI community. Not a lot of people are who they say they are. Even the people who show their face, which leads things to be very tricky for us. You know, the real TIs who are actually going through this. Um, when I understood what this TI community is, it broke my heart, honestly. And I it left me in shock, depression, on top of actually, because I go through this, like I live this life. Like I have to put my shoes on and walk out that door every day, you know. Researcher, academic, no criminal record, investigator for 16 years. Autumn says, yes, perpetrators love to show their face too. Yeah, you know what, Autumn? They show their face. The MK Ultra comic. Paige, what's going on, Paige? Oh my God. Paige, what's up? Oh man, big shout out to Paige. Oh my God, I'm so happy that you're here, Paige. Like it's putting a smile on my face. My friend Paige is here. First time ever. Yeah. Um, I decided to do this live today just to, you know, just touch on a few things and just hang out. It's a subscriber hangout, and I always have something to say. Like I always have things to say. My boy Mike Smith says I'm not against anyone here. That's what's up, Mike. Awaken State, Australia. What's going on, my guy? We was just hot. We was just talking a little bit ago. Autumn says no perpetrators are evil. Yes, they are. They are. Autumn, these perps are evil, and there's a big misconception of what a perpetrator is. I even did a video last year, like who and what are the perps, and I was totally off. I was totally off. Like, and I want to address that here. If anybody ever checks that video out, and I'm like, yeah, the perps are this, they're next door to us, where we go, and this and that and the third. But I had a misconception of these gang stalkers who are out here stalking us, harassing us, and these perps. Matt W, what's going on? Jesus really loves you. Trust in him. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that, man. I really do. So once again, this is Jeremy. What's going on, Jerem? My boy Jerem. Jeremy Andrew. What's going on, my friend? If you guys have any questions for me at any time, like I'm gonna pay very close attention to what is happening in the chat, because this is a subscriber hang, and I'm not gonna hold y'all all night, but I really do appreciate, let me see, Mike Smith, he says, I agree, I'm definitely not one of them. My homie Cash got falsely accused of being a perp. I took her side ever since I've been falsely accused. Yeah, Cash is solid, man. Like, I actually did a podcast with Cash on, it's on the channel. If you guys want to go check that out. Cash has been nothing but straight up with me, has been, solid with me, and, God bless Cash, man. She's got a book. Perps will even perp their own family. They're so evil, right? So while we're on the subject of perps and perpetrators, let's just get into it. Because I've actually met some of these perps. I've actually formed relationships with some of these perps, and I had a misconception of what perps was. Self-contended. What's going on? What's going on? That's my friend. Solid individual. Big shout out to Self-contended, man. I'm glad to see you here. I'm just doing a brief hangout. Actually went live on Instagram, and maybe 2 people showed up. Nobody wanted to talk to me. I was like, oh. T.I. Ron, what's going on? Be more. What up next? Just saying hello. Thanks for hooking me up with GMOS info. I spoke with her. She was really helpful. So thanks for the love, my brother. Thank you, T.I. Ron. Thank you, man, for being solid, man, and being a real individual, man. I appreciate you, man. Self said I deleted Instagram. Yes, a lot of people deleting Instagram. Self, a lot of people. You know, I'm still hanging in there, man. I'm still gonna, you know, still I like Instagram. I really do. I think it's pretty lit. A lot of people on there living their life, and I like to watch what people are doing. And but yeah. While while we're on the subject of these perpetrators, like I made a whole video like last year about who and what are the perps, and I was totally off. And this is a thing that I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong, or when um do you talk with Lizzie anymore? If so, how's she been doing? T.I. Ron, no, I don't talk to Lizzie. I don't talk to her, bro. It's quiet for Lizzie. Like, she is not who I thought she was. You know. Um, let's see here. Jeremy Andrews says yes. Joseph says, "Am I a perp?" Joseph, he says no, no. Jeremy says just leave. Jeremy says bye, gang stalker. Yeah. Um, Mike Smith said Lizzie is a perp. Well, let's just say this, man. I mean, I took a trip down to meet Lizzie, and a lot of bad things happened down there. I wasn't supposed to walk out of there. From the things that I heard, I wasn't supposed to make it out of there. I was set up to be taken out down there. And you can pretty much do the math. Um, you know, I did a live stream in Lizzie's house, which I don't even believe that was her real house, and I don't even want to make this live stream about her. You know, but you guys could pretty much figure it out. What and getting back to this whole perpetrator thing. Um, I honestly thought that you know perpetrators were the gang stalkers, right? That's what I thought. I got that misconstrued, like when these people are out harassing me, these people are banging on my walls. When I did have an apartment, following me, harassing me, laughing at me, pointing at me, like running smear campaigns. I thought that those people were perps. T.I. Ron says I only was in talks with her through text, so never really got to know her through personally. And we lost contact, so was just curious. Glad to see you're still doing your thing. Yeah, T.I. Ron, man. Check out a couple live streams ago. Like I posted a live stream in her house. Um, it's like pay close attention. You know, you can see what's going on with her, but I don't. North American Artifacts, what's going on? He said it's been rough for me today. Man, my heart goes out to you, bro. It's been rough for a lot of us, man, and I feel your pain, bro. I do. I feel your pain. And getting back to these perpetrators, because in this TI community, right? If I could even call it that, I don't even know if I call it a TI community because it's not really a community. Yeah, big shout out to you, T.I. Ron, beat Baltimore. I see you, bro. Um, I don't know if I can call it a TI community. It's so infiltrated. A lot of these people who are on YouTube, they have live streams, they make videos, they watch videos, they make comments, And if this doesn't apply to you, then don't take it personal, right? Don't take it personal. But it's a lot of people on YouTube, on Facebook, at the rallies, on the conference calls, like, and these people are not targeted. These people are not going through what we're going through. They're not. I wanted to believe these people, because I'm going through it. My heart bleeds for everybody that's going through what I'm going through. And these people are not targeted, and they come on here, they watch our videos, they try to make contact with us, they try to make friends with us, they want to connect with us. They want to talk to us every day. They're asking a million questions. They're trying to get in our heads and be our friends and just reel us in. Just reel us right in. I know everybody's situation is different. Everybody's going through something, right? Like North American Artifacts. He said, I had my house and all my belongings taken by criminals. I mean, sheriffs. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Self-contained says there are too many fake TIs. Perps, watch videos of true TIs. Learn how to resonate with TIs. Others are insiders and masons who have knowledge about targeting and offer info as they experience. Yeah, that's a fact. Big shout out to my boy Kevin Meredith. Kev, I see you, bro. Thank you for joining me on this subscriber hangout. And, I'm just encouraging if anybody has any questions for me, type it in right now. I'm going to answer as honestly as I can. And as I enjoy my cigar here. But I had a very big misconception of what perpetrators are. Mike Smith says, well, I'm a TI. I don't know who I can trust. But may God help Joe if he's what he says he is. That's a fact. Yeah. Right. Had a big misconception of what a perpetrator is. My boy Kev says it's lonely at the top and at the bottom. Yeah, for a TI. It can be. It can be at times, yeah. I hope everybody's having a blessed week. This is Friday. This is the subscriber hangout. You guys haven't seen me posting any videos or doing anything because I needed time to process, what was happening for me, where I'm going, what I'm doing, what God has called me to do. A lot of things, after I pretty much figured out some things that I was not aware of. Kendra says, I'm still processing it myself. Yeah. You know, I was in a situation, man. Let's see here. North American Artifacts says, I do videos about gang stalking, my testimony of being targeted for 13 years by community organized harassment, high policing, SRASI tactics. I have to check that out, man. I'll definitely subscribe to you. And, I encourage anybody who's really going through this, to just take time to realize, and not only for your own experience and your own, knowledge of what is happening around you, but what is going on in this TI community. Big Floyd, what's going on, Ferrari Floyd? I see you, bro. Thank you for joining me, man. It's just a, subscriber hangout here. And like I said, Awakened State Aussie has got some real TI. That's a fact, Kev. And the targeting in Australia is next level. Like, no pun intended. It's crazy. Like, I've seen some things that were real. I've seen some footage. I have friends in Australia that are really going through this. You know, not just coming on YouTube or these conference calls or, whatever platform. Has anyone had facial and body reactions that are not consistent with your actual intent or how you feel? X having an urge to, what was it, having an urge to smile or laugh when you hear bad news. Actually, I've heard of that happening. Some of my good friends have talked about, that exact thing happening, my friend. Happened with me too. I'm gonna keep it real. It's happened with me too, man. Little kids, and things have happened to people that is terrible, and I'm like laughing and trying to figure out why I'm finding humor in this situation. Um, let's see here, man. My week has been blessed. Perps and gang stalkers are trying to be clever. Effect self contended. Self, come back to Instagram, man. I need you, man. I need your help on Instagram. Self contended. Come back, man. Hit me up. Let's do Instagram live. It's not the same without you, man. You know. But yeah. Yeah. So back, to these perpetrators, right? They don't call them perps for a reason. Like a lot of people get it misconstrued, and I did too. Like when I'm out and about, I'm heavily targeted, and I've had all kinds of things that I went through, and that I go through on a daily basis. I mean, like things that happen when I'm up and I'm walking around, things that happen when I'm sleeping, things that's happened. When I'm thinking everything is all good, and it's not. It's not really good, and these things happen, and I don't realize, how much in danger I am in until after the fact, until after the situation is gone, dead and gone, and I look back on it, and I'm like, wow, God is real, because if He wasn't real, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now. I wouldn't be. Gma, what's up, Gma? What's going on? Yo, somebody just came on here a little earlier. Gma was talking about you, man, and was happy that they got a chance to link up with you, man. And Gma's out here, man, like really putting on for the TI community, straight up. Big shout out to you. Um, I'm going to sign off. This is most difficult. Unfortunately, I can't state what is going on. I understand, Joseph. I understand, bro. Like they back us in a corner, and they make us feel like we can't talk. They make us feel like we don't have an option. They make us feel like we don't know where to turn, who to trust, where to go, right? We have no one we can turn to or trust and talk to. Nobody to understand. They make us feel like everybody is against us, and unfortunately, that is the case in some, I would say 80% of the time, you know. But just know, Joseph, that real people are out here praying for you. People who know Jesus, people who know the Father, you know. And you know, I'm somewhat high profile due to my work. You know what, Joseph? Me too. Me too, bro. Me too. So we have that in common, my friend. We do. I mean, you know what, Joseph? Me too. No, I can't say that though, man, because what I do here on YouTube is work. Some people might not consider that work, but what I do, you know, like as far as my music, like as far as my podcast, live streaming. Not this type of live streaming. I'm just cutting the camera on right now and talking. But you know, like I really put time and energy and passion into what I do. You know, like as far as anything goes, like you know, like I can't say the same for this live stream. Like I just pressed the button and went live. It felt like it was time for me to talk because I have a lot of things that I need to say. Um, Joseph says, okay, I've worked with most governmental agencies. Okay, I think I have too, Joseph, but not willingly, not knowingly. You know what I mean? Like these people have been following me and stalking me, and I think they've been using me. They've been using my platform to real TIs in. I don't know how to pronounce this. TGVZXX. What's going on, bro? He says, anyone know expensive spy cam recorder on battery that will last 8 hours? No, I don't. But I'm pretty sure like if you know Google it or just you know look into it, my friend, you'll figure it out. But big shout out to Joseph, man. Like my heart goes out to you, bro. Like I know you're going through some things right now, and I'm going through them too. I've never willingly worked for these people. I never would. You know, not saying anything against you. You know, who knows what your job was, your assignment. I'm not judging you, bro. But you know, I feel your pain, bro. Like I know what you're going through. You know, on many levels. But you know, back to what I was saying about these perps, man. Like, yeah, Joe, it's real love out here for you, bro. It's real love out here for you, man. And that was one thing that I had to take time to really get that inside, you know, and understand that, man. Going through what I went through, I have been set up. Um, Truth Report, isn't he? It's Truth. Truth is on here. I didn't see Truth, man. Big shout out to you, Truth Report, if you on here, bro. Michelle, what's going on, Michelle? That's my friend, man. I was actually on the phone with Michelle when the gunshot started. Okay, she knows that. I know that. That's all God knows, you know. But you know, because we got a lot of naysayers, we got a lot of people who are paid and put in position to, you know, doubt or you know to throw shade or smear campaign or whatever the case may be. And I gotta say, at the end of the day, Michelle is a really good friend of mine. I love her, and you know, we were talking on the phone when these crazy things started in the midst of this setup that I walked myself in. Gma says, let me tell everyone on here, I was drugged on Wednesday night at Allison's seminar in Cambridge. Oh my God. You see what happens? They drug us, they get us sick, right? Because I know for a fact I was drugged. I know for a fact that, you know, when I went down to this person's house, I was infected with some kind of disease. I don't think I was supposed to beat that. I really felt like I was fighting for my life. I've never been that sick in my life where I'm just down for a week in the bed. I was like fighting for my life. Big shout out to Waking State targeted Australia. Let me see what he says. You can get a recharger that looks like a car key remote on eBay for about $20 Aussie. Downside, the battery only lasts around 4 hours, but it's great for recording evidence on the low key. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Asking you shall receive the answers, man. Especially here on my channel. Yeah. So you know, this is a hangout. You know, I got a few things that I need to discuss, and I want to encourage everybody watching. Like, if you guys have any questions for me, good, bad, ugly, whatever, ask. I will answer honestly. I was drugged in the projects and laid out. Yeah, I was drugged too. I was drugged too, Miss Lady, many times, and taken advantage of, and all kinds of things that I will talk about here on this channel. TI Task Force, what's going on? He says, hey, 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 long time. That's why I drug myself first. Okay. Okay, bro. My boy said he drugged himself first. Like, I ain't waiting for nobody else to drug me. I'm going to drug myself. Oh, man. That was great, man. That was great. Um, yeah, man. So, like, this the subscriber hangout. Big shout out to Robin Hood. What did those guys that set you up say to you? Did they threaten you? Well, Robin Hood, they didn't say. Oh, I mean, like the live stream was like, you know, it was self-explanatory, but there was hours of torture, psychiatric torture that I endured through before that live stream even cut on, and they didn't really say anything to me one on one. Like I heard them talking and whispering in the next room, and then when I ran in there and confronted them about what was really happening in that moment, they gaslit me. What are you talking about next? Oh, get the F out my room, blah, 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 this and that, blah, blah, blah. Made me out to, like, look like I was crazy. So, I played along with it. I even apologized. I was like, sorry, guys, I was acting crazy and I shouldn't have, gaslight me. I'm going to gaslight you right back. I just wanted to get out of there. I didn't think I was going to make it out of there alive, honestly. Big shout out to Matt W. He says, you're an encouragement, man. Thank you, bro. I never really felt like that, but thank you, man. I appreciate it. T.I. Ron, he said, yes, it was me in Baltimore. Yeah, big shout out to T.I. Ron. He gave a big shout out to G-Ma earlier, and he was very happy to connect with you, man. And he said you were solid, and G-Ma is definitely solid individual, man. Rocked with me through some tough times, sat with me on the phone for hours, when I was left out to dry, right? G-Ma knows, you know, G-Ma knows. But, yeah, so, if you guys got any questions for me, man, like I said, this is a subscriber hangout. I'm hanging out with you guys. This is a fast Friday for me. Came and went fast, and, I'm still healing right now. I should have titled this live stream, like, Healing, because as you guys can see, you guys can see my eye here. It's still got a little shade of chocolate milk under it, right? Um, my boy Floyd said, I'm so happy Next is okay. I would have cried if Next, my brother, died. Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. Um, yeah, you know, I, I, I did the best I could. I honestly, I felt like if I would have been more aware of what this TI community is, right? These people that's on my podcast, like I just gotta make better decisions, moving forward. TI Task Force says, "Hi, I've been trying to get back to the collective family, but you know how it gets being a TI. They have kept me busy and ever more. What do you say? And ever more fucked intense. I don't know, intensely. All right, all right, all right. Future Knowledge says, have you applied for disability so you can get a permanent place? You might as well. The perps won't let you hold down a job. No, actually, Future Knowledge, I never applied for disability or anything like that. Um, I know that that's a. I don't. At the end of the day, Future Knowledge, like I don't feel like I need to be on disability. I don't feel like I have a disability. Um, you know, I I don't feel like that. And at the end of the day, um, even though I am heavily targeted and been heavily targeted since birth, going through what I went through to get to where I am today, sitting here in this room talking to you guys, you would think, right, going through this, like that would be a disability, but you can't go in there and tell these people. I'm a targeted individual. Or you could, but I just feel like, I feel like God has more in store for me than a disability check every month, and getting by on the government, and I feel like there's more in store for me. There's a bigger blessing for me at the end of this tunnel. Not even at the end, like during my journey, like while I'm, and I don't know, at this point right now, like honestly, like I don't know what direction I need to go in. Like, I know that the Father has blessed me with gifts, spiritual gifts, and gifts in the physical, things that I'm great at, things that I do effortlessly, but at the same time, when you're TI and you're going through this and you're heavily targeted like me, and you got the weight of the world that's against you, and every time you turn around is it's something else, and somebody throwing darts at you, somebody throwing smear campaigns, you're being hit with DEWs, like you're being gang stalked, people are setting you up, people are out to kill you, people are out to get you. People are trying to set you up. People are acting like they're your friends. People are calling you up on the phone every day just to give you a conversation, just to get a brief, inkling on what's going on in your life so they know how to reel you in when you have nowhere to go, when you have no money, when you have nothing, right? Because that has been the case for me, you know, in many situations where your family don't give a shit about you, where nobody really cares at the end of the day. You make these videos, people leave nice comments. You make these live streams, people leave nice comments and everything. And I appreciate it, and I love all my real people who are really going through this with me, right? All 6 people who hit that thumbs up, right? Or it could be perps who hit thumbs up. You never know. You know what I mean? You got 23. I got 23 people in here right now. 6 thumbs up. You know, I just feel like I know it's a process to, that disability. And I know that they wouldn't make it easy for me, and the time spent to try to get disability. Like I could have been accomplished something, for God. I could have done something amazing, like, and that's where, that's what's in my heart. Like I want to go, and I don't want to come off like I'm this Bible thumping, perfect Christian, because I'm not. I'm a regular dude just like you. I'm a regular person, and I make mistakes every day, and I have flaws and weaknesses. And these people who are targeting me, they prey off of that stuff, and they know I have a soft heart for people that's going through what I'm going through. They know it. They take full advantage of it. You know what I mean? And that's right, Self. That's a fact, Autumn. 22 watching, 7 likes, right? You know how it is, man. But you know, um, I thought about that. About the whole, disability thing, and that disability check. That's for people out here who really can't think for themselves. Who are just like Izzy. What's going on, Izzy? The MK Ultra comic. What's going on? It's really hard to know how to move forward when you feel like you're frozen in time. That's a fact. Big shout out to Izzy, man. I see you, bro. Thank you for joining me, man, in my subscriber hangout. You need to take from the government like they've been taking from you. Get all you can from them. Go get that disability. Okay, G-Ma, I see. G-Ma said, go get that disability next. G-Ma said, get it. Get it. Got it. Yeah, man. I just feel like God has got way more in store for me than a disability check at the end of the day. That's just how I feel. It's not pride or anything. It's just something that I feel inside my heart. And You know, I've been all over the country. Denise, what's up, Denise? My friend Denise, what's going on, Denise? Mike Smith says, I barely trust anyone too. Narcs and sociopaths claiming to be TIs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. My heart has been broken many times, you know, with this TI community. And that's another thing that I'll talk about in a little bit, you know, with the subscriber hangout that we're doing right now. It's your boy Next Level hanging out with you guys on this Fast Friday right now. NDEZEIGWE. What's going on? I don't know how to pronounce that, but what's going on, my friend? How you doing? If you guys got any questions for me at any point, man, if I see a question mark, I'm on it. I will answer your questions, man. If I don't get to it right away, I will get to it. I will go back and scroll back to it. Yes, we definitely do love Denise. Denise, I'm sorry too, man. Like I know I was saying I was gonna come to that rally. Well, it was a life or death situation, and you know, I had some really crazy situations happen, and people were threatening violence. You know, if I, you know, but I'll talk to you about that, Denise. I'm gonna call you. You know, hopefully you'll pick up and we can talk about it. But I love you, man. I'm glad to see you. But yeah, we all going through it, man. All the real TIs, we are going through it. Denise says, I've been going through some crap too. We all going through things every day. Every day. You know, meanwhile, these people who are perpetrating, right? These perps, they coming on YouTube, making videos, driving their cars, going to work and doing, you know, like having a great day and, you know, finding something to complain about and to, you know, my boy Matt W says this is spiritual warfare. The victory only comes through prayer. Yes, man. Yes. All my prayer warriors. We all need to just, you know, find a time where we could just link and just pray against this thing, man. You know, and going through what I've been going through, and trusting these people, and just, you know, I mean, somebody said something about disability, and like, let's just say that I considered that an option for me, which I don't, but let's say I did. Like, I would have to be in a space where I could do that, right? I have to have a, you know, I don't know if you guys know, but I don't have a, look at Denise. She says they won't give me disability. That's a fact. Look at that. So she tried, and they won't give her disability, right? And it happens to many real TIs. Like, we don't get disability, you know. We don't get that, you know. Like, that's a process. It's like you don't just go somewhere and get disability the same day. I will just be clear. I just want to be clear. Like, that's a process that takes many months, sometimes years, because they have lawyers and, you know, officials that are fighting against you to prove that you don't have a disability, right? And if people, you know, I just, you know, I just don't feel like that's my calling, like that I need to get on disability, you know. But if God comes to me and tells me, my child, I need you to get on disability, I'll be right there. I'll be right in the line. They don't want to give us disability. I've talked to many TIs, right? This is next level, man. I've talked to a lot of TIs who struggled to get on disability, and they actually got on disability. My boy Future Knowledge says Gmaw's right. Get the disability and still hustle on the side. Big shout out to Future Knowledge. That's what's up. And Denise says years with the attorney. It takes years, right? And they are fighting to deny you every time. Like, you'll go up before a board. You got to fill out all these papers. You got to tell them all this stuff. You know, and you go up before a board and you plead your case, and then you wait months just to hear that you've been denied, you know. I mean, like, you know, if I can scrape up enough money to get a hotel room, that's even a struggle. Trying to get a Airbnb. Big shout out to Migs B. Big shout out to Migs, Amigos. You know, she can tell you, you know, like we, you know, encountered some situations where, you know, she's definitely been there for me, and things just didn't work out like it does for regulars. You know, I call, you know, people who are not going through this regulars. My boy Floyd S. He says, "Yo, I'm labeled mentally retarded, and I'm not even mentally retarded. It's hard to go." That's right, Floyd. You're not. Right, Floyd is not mentally retarded. No, you're not, bro. I can co-sign that. You know, we've had many conversations. We've hung out on hangouts, and you know, you're my brother, man, and you're definitely not mentally retarded. You know, anybody that's mentally retarded couldn't watch this live stream and, you know, type in a comment, let alone have a wrench beside their name. Robin Hood says next, do you think your targeting is random or is somebody from your past put you in this program? Good question, Robin Hood. What I know this, Robin Hood. It's not even what I think. I've been targeted since birth, bro. You know, this has been happening to me since I was brought on this earth. You know, and you know, they've been doing experiments with me and hit me with frequencies and, you know, doing all kinds of crazy shit with me. And excuse my French, guys. I don't usually, you know, use those words, but, you know, sleep deprivation, you know, isolation. Like, this stuff started early for me. I didn't realize it until I knew that this was a thing. You know, V2K, you know, crazy events with my family. Um, you know, never really had much. Um, you know, I mean, I could go on, you know, frequencies. Like, look at my hair. You see this? You see my hair? You see this? I don't know if you can see it, but this thing happened like Rogue from the X-Men. You know, they was hitting me with director energy. Patch of my hair just started turning gray within a matter of months, and then, you know, my hair started falling out and all. You know, oh man. My boy Kev says, "I'm still there with you, bro. I'm down in the heat. Excuse me. I'm down in the heat of the valley. Yeah, as we walk through the valley of the shadow of death. You know." And I just, you know, I think that is a little odd. I think that is really strange and crazy how, you know, some people, you know, who are targeted, you know, don't really go through nothing that we go through, really. It's odd, right? It's a little bit odd. You know, these people are not being set up. MK Ultra Comic says, next, do you feel better? Um, I feel better than what I felt last week and the week before that when I was in, you know, a situation where these people were hired with hundreds of thousands of dollar bonuses to take me out, to kill me, to end my life. You know, in a remote location where nobody would have knew nothing, and nothing, you know, the next day would have came, and the next day would have came, and no more videos, no more streams, no more nothing. And people probably would have wondered, man, well, I wonder what's going on with Next. Where's Next? You know, where is he? And nobody would have seen nothing or not heard nothing, and life would have just went on like usual. And yeah, so to answer your question, I do feel a little better, yes, but at the same time, um, you know, how do you repair, heal from a situation like that? How do you heal, you know, thinking that, you know, what you're doing is actually, you know, helping, and, you know, they're knowing that they could possibly be using my platform and what I'm doing to reel other TIs in to possibly do the same or worse. And knowing that there's other operations out here and people like, those people who set me up to isolate me, to gaslight me, to start fights, to smear campaign me, on top of already of what I've been through and what I'm going through and what I've yet to go through, right? It's a lot to think about. It's a lot to try and process. It's a lot to try and, um, you know, it's a lot, to deal with, moving forward, trying to, process what am I doing? Am I hurting? Am I helping? You know, like I'm in videos with some of these people. These people ain't real TIs. They could be doing that with a lot of content creators next. I have thought about that in times past. Yeah, you know, um, I've had people on my platform, you know, where I'm all about it because I go through this. Like I'm not, like, and then, you know, I go through this, and at the same time, I know I go through it. I know, like people who genuinely know me, they know, right? But then they have these people who are placed in this TI community. They say Nex is a perp. They say Kevin is a perp. They say Denise is a perp. They say this one's a perp. That one's a perp. Perp, 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 perp. Right? Knowing they are the perps. Like that's some perpy shit right there. Honestly, if you think about it, I'm like I'm not here. I could call out 15 to 20 names right now. People that I know, people that I have met, people that I have seen on the front lines of these protests and rallies and conference calls, and who are not real TIs, right? And people would love more. They would love nothing more than for me to be sitting here. Such and such is a perp. Let me tell you why. They'd be like typing in. Oh yeah, brother. Tell them. Expose them. Expose them. Right? Expose them. But I feel like this, man. I feel like perps expose themselves, even though, at the end of the day, these perps do expose themselves. You know, I feel like, at the end of the day, I'm called to share my experience with you guys. I'm called to do a lot of things, with the gifts that God has blessed me with, and I'm gonna keep trying my best. Even though they keep fooling me, they set me up many times. They don't fool me. They don't. I've had perps on next time, right, on my podcast that I have spent hours and I'm even more than hours. I've spent weeks and months, just thinking of things that I could do for the TI community to help people. My platform is your platform. That's how I feel. Like if you're really going through this and you need a platform to tell your story, or just to be heard, or just to connect with other people, like I felt called to do that, right? Let me see here, bro. Only people who have been through it can understand. It can be so hard to explain as well. That's right, Robin Hood. You're right, man. It can be. And that's why when I make my videos, I try to just take one, step at a time. And I don't try to overfeed everyone. Like, what happens when we overeat, guys, right? Our stomach hurts, right? It's a lot of information coming at once, and I've watched a lot of these videos. It's a lot of people on YouTube, and I'm not a lot. Half of them are real, but at the same time, sometimes, the people who are real, they're so overwhelmed by what's happening. They cut the camera on, and they can be talking for 20 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes, and just be all over the place, blah, 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 this and that, blah, 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 this and that, and I understand, like I understand. for the people that's really going through it, because I'm really going through this. Let's see here. TR Task Force. It's a less hot in Morongo. Morongo? Where's Morongo, bro? I have been trying to get my ass to 29 Psalms. My license expired. I haven't been feeling like going to get it. Go get it, bro. Get that license, man. Anybody, if you guys are in position, if you don't have your license, if you can get it, if you have a ticket or two, don't get behind and don't, let things build up and get to the point where it feels like almost impossible to get your license, because that's what they want. They want us to be out here on the streets, walking around, waiting for taxis, Ubers, or whatever, spending money, unnecessary money. Like, oh, you guys have no idea how. Oh man, like how, oh my God, like I missed those days, man, when I used to just get in my car and go, man. I was just legal and everything was just legal, and I was just, whew, man. It's Miss Lady says, where did this TI community come from? And how come it's showing everywhere now? That's a great question, it's Miss Lady. And what could I say to that? Like, I don't have all the answers. I really don't. But what I can say about me, I know, these things. I've been going through these things my whole life. 2017 is when I had a revelation where the Most High showed me, or let me know, expressed to me through a feeling that the answers were out here, and I just had to search for the answers. Right? Knock and the door shall be open, right? And that's what happened to me. And then when I, you know, came across, the certain T.I.'s videos, targeting must end, and I always shout him out, man. And I even made T-shirts with that phrase on it, because that guy, whoever he is in South Africa, he made those videos about his experience, and then I guess he did some, information. He did some, you know, um, he did some research and learned, and was able to, reflect on his situation, and from the research that he, was able to come across. He made these awesome videos, and I just happened to be one of the people who God led me to his videos, and let me know that this was happening to me, and not only to me, but people all around the world, because this guy is in South Africa. I think he's in South Africa. I know he's in Africa somewhere. I don't know. He hasn't been posting, but. And then as I started to, dive deeper and, you know, look and just do my own research, I discovered this TI community who has been around for centuries, who've been around for a long time. Like, there's been these conference calls going on for a long time. There's been, people speaking out against this thing for a long time, and big shout out to my boy Vulcan Wolverine. He was, you know, one of the guys who, and Kev too, big shout out to Kevin Meredith. These guys were on YouTube posting, talking about their experience. And Kev, not only that, was he talking about his experience, like he was, getting into these scriptures and actually, helping people and giving people hope, through the word of God. Big shout out to him. And he still does it. His channel is lit. And, there, you know, was, real TI speaking out against what they were doing. But these people who are targeting us, they knew that, there were going to be some people speaking out against it. So, or, speaking out against it, and actually speaking their experience, and letting people know, what they've been through. So why not infiltrate this TI community? Because that's what they did. Like when you guys come on YouTube, you guys see these crazy videos of these people talking crazy and acting like they TIs, and then some people, coming across like humble, God fearing people coming on, and the TIs and this and that. We have to do this and blah blah blah. You know, and they ain't really TIs. They perps. They perpetrators. Just you know, making an imprint in our community, and it's so infiltrated now. It's kind of hard to decipher who is who and who's really going through this for some people, because I have been fooled many a times. I've befriended some of these perps and met some of these people in real life. Biggest mistakes I've ever made, but it was all meant to happen for me that way. So that I would see, what this TI community is. Some of these people had, none of them had any positive intentions for me, even though at the time, some of them made donations. Some of them, opened their door for me to, or offered for me to come where they are. They knew, I was in a desperate situation and might not have nowhere to go or anything. And, you know, and these people, like, you know, have reached out to me, called me on the phone. Next, hey, how you doing? Blah blah blah. And then behind my back, telling next person, oh, he's a perp and blah blah blah. One thing that I did know these perps though is that they work together. You know what I mean? Like they work together. These perps, and they have their own little, umbrella. And some of them have conference calls, and some of them, work to you put these rallies together, and some of them have websites, and some of them, but they all do perpy things. Like they all, like, just for no reason, they'll flip on you, curse you out, threaten you, right? Smear campaign you. Like it all goes bad at some point. Not to be misconstrued, when sometimes you have a friend who's going through what you go through, y'all might not see eye to eye. Doesn't necessarily make them a perp. But, at the end of the day, if somebody shows you that their intentions for you are not good, they will show you over and over and over again before things fizzle over to the point where it's like a life or death situation. And sometimes these TIs get in situations where it's kill or be killed, you know, and they do what they got to do to survive, and then they're made out to look like a murderer. They're made to look like a terrorist, and it's all part of the smear campaign. It's so wicked and it's so evil and it's so and when I really had time to sit with it, I'm like, wow, what way to target real TIs than to infiltrate this TI community and to have these people on the front lines, like, you know, with the microphone, the TIs, blah, 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 and we are against this, electronic harassment, and blah, 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 and such, and, and there's so many misconceptions about this community. Like a lot of Christians think that, oh, this is just a spiritual battle and there's nothing, blah blah blah. And there's so much disinformation, and there's so much fabrication, and there's so much smear campaigns, and there's so much shadiness going on in this TI community. So many backstabbers out here. So many people led to believe that, you know, I care about you, you know, and they'll build the situation up. They'll build it up, talk to you every day, you know, um, honeypots, right? They out here. I've actually been accused of being a honeypot by somebody that's prominent in the TI community who's made up lies about me and told all kind of crazy stuff. And I could call this person out. I could, right? I could, but I'm not going to though. You know, led to believe that these people are your friends. You know, so the TI, to answer your question, Miss Lady, where did this TI community come from? All over the world. You know, California, New York, Texas, Washington, all the states, Australia, England. You know, we're all over. You know, all the real TIs, we're everywhere. That's where we came from. And we just all want to live our life. Like, we just want to live our life. We just want to at being successful and fulfilling our God-given destiny. You know, but it's just sad that this thing is infiltrated with so many of these perpetrators, right? Who are pretending to be TIs, who don't know nothing, who never lived a day in our shoes, who never been harassed or who never went through anything. And these people are hired by these corporations, by these private security contractors to come on YouTube, to make friends with us, to come on these conference calls, to show up at the rallies with their megaphones and signs and everything else, to make these videos, to do it. They even have conference calls, you know, to call us up every day, act like they were, act like we're friends, you know, even show us good times sometimes, and then shit on us, and then turn, you know, and it's all just a sick game, a mental sick game, you know, and a lot of the targeting that I have received, you know, from this TI community is all psychological. You know, like people that made me believe that we were friends, like they cared about me, like I cared about them, knowing how, you know, isolated I am and how much love is in my heart, you know, and knowing how positive of a person I am, you know, to smear this guy and, you know, to take my weaknesses and use them against me and everything that I've shared with them privately and use that against me and to take my flaws and mistakes and use it against me. There's a common denomination here. Use it against me. Use it against me. You know? That's what this thing is about. You know? Um, man, I got a lot of comments here. Meeks B, what's going on, Meeks? Migos. I love Meeks, man. Migos. Migos. She said, what's up, next? What's going on? Real TIs have a natural gift to spot devils, workers a mile away. And you know what? Targeted Australia, man. I thought that, bro, but I have been fooled. A lot of times. Like I have had perps on next time, bro. We have done podcasts with perps who, you know, I've met in real life and really showed me who they were. You know, you know, sometimes I could think, or sometimes I feel like, yeah, this ain't right with this person, you know. But then there's other situations where I thought these people were my friends, and they weren't, and it broke my heart. And that's a part of it, you know. They used that against me, you know, the common denominator that I was talking about just a few seconds ago. Oh man, big shout out to Meeks B, man. I love her. I do. Um, Denise says the perps drive Ubers. Yeah, they drive Ubers. They drive buses. They fly planes. Right? They on the subway. They on the Greyhounds. They on the Amtrak's. They at Burger King. They at the park. They're next door neighbors. They're following you on the streets. You know, no, you know what? I can't say perps because they're not perps, Denise. Like these perps are the people who you fall in love with, Denise. These perps are the people who you talk to every day on the phone. That is like you gotta sit with that for a second. Like that's who the perps are. The gang stalkers are the ones who drive the Ubers and they fly the planes and they follow you everywhere and they're on the phone, they point, they coughing. Those are the gang stalkers, Denise. I need you to get that. I need you to really get that. The perpetrators are the ones who they're on YouTube. They're making videos. They're doing live streams. They have live streams every week. They're doing like interviews, you know, and they perpetrating like they're really targeted, but they're not. They have good lives. They have families. They have houses. They live good lives. They make good money. Some of them have jobs, and they're getting paid to perpetrate on you, to perp on you, Denise. They getting that check too. They getting paid off of us. You know, they standing at these rallies, holding out signs. You know, they're talking to my friend Meads. You know, talking to me. They coming on my podcast. You know, that's who the perps are, Denise. You know, let's not get it confused because a lot of people in this TI community, they throw around that word perp like it's fresh air, like it's milk, like it's bread, like it's mayo and bologna, right? Like it's like fresh salad, like you know, they just throw it around like it's just prevalent, like blades of grass. Perp, perp, perp. This one's a perp, 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 perp. This perp, perp, perp. No, the perpetrators, they're called perpetrators for a reason because they're perpetrating, right? I'm gonna have to pull up the definition for that word, perpetrator, so people can really understand what that word is. You know, one of my friends in Colorado, I talked to her and you know, it's a trigger for her to hear that word perp because people just throw it around so much and they don't realize that, you know, who and what the perpetrators are. And I made a video and I'm going to have to make another video to really, you know, coincide with, you know, and admit my wrongs. Like at that time, like I was still new and I didn't know what I know now. But no, perpetrators don't drive Ubers, Denise. Perpetrators are the ones who call you every day. The ones who perpetrate like they're going through this, like they care about you, like they love you. They even send you money sometimes, like they even, you know, act like, you know, it is what it is, and then they reel you in, they make you feel amazing, and then boom, you know, they show you who they are, you know, and what their purpose is, and they're perpetrating. And believe it, they cashing in at your expense. That's what these perpetrators is all about. I'm so happy Self-Contented is here, man. I love you, man. She says I'm rubbish at talking for videos, like I'm to myself. And you know what, Self? I felt the same way, but I talk to myself every day. You know what I mean? Talk to myself every day. And I'm anointed. Big shout out to you, man. Thank you for hanging out with me, man, on my subscriber hangout. This program is so bad. I hope it comes to an end in our lifetime. I hope it do too. I hope it do too. NDEZEIGWE. I don't know how to say that. Like I don't. But that person says and Lyft. Let's just be clear. There's no perpetrators driving Uber and Lyft. They're gang stalkers. They're stalkers. They're people who are put in place in society to harass us. You know, Israel Rosario, what's going on? It says spend the money. Don't let the money control you. It's just paper. That's right. Don't let spend the money. Don't let the money control you, right? You know what? All y'all people that got money out here, it's people like me. It's people that's homeless. It's people out here who really need help. You know, go to my next time, man. To send me a donation, man. Hit me up, man. Help me out, man. Help real TIs out who need it, man. Don't just spend up the money, man, because at the end of the day, you know, you're going to be held account for all the blessings that you had. What'd you do with it? Did you help people? Or what'd you do? You went and bought some $700 sunglasses, you know? Denise says, "Can someone tell me if you see my chats?" Yes, I definitely do see you, Denise. I see you. I see you. We see you. Oh man, I'm so backed up on these comments, man. Let me see. I'm gonna. Yes, Kevin's channel is awesome, right, Meeks? Yes, Kev is lit, man. I mean, and for a while, like, when all of this stuff happened with me, like, I was really considering, like, just walking away from this and just ending it, like, because I didn't want them to use me to reel TIs in, because I'm the guy that's always saying, "Oh, we need to come together. We need to come together," and I do, but I still feel like that, real TIs, But when this thing is so heavily infiltrated, it's hard to decipher who is really going through this thing, man. Your boy next, man. I have been fooled many times. Like, I walked into a death trap, had no idea what was happening, had no idea death was lurking, you know, and it was, and man, it's just big shout out to Self Contended. Enough is Enough channel put out a good video the other day. She dealt with a perp. God bless her. Your channel was awesome, Meeks, and your channel rocks too. Yes, Meeks' channel was awesome. Definitely. I love Meeks, man. We love her. Simone, what's going on, Simone? She said sometimes God will let the enemy move so he can move 2 steps on top of it to show you his glory for you. Man, oh man. I'm going to read that one more time, guys, just in case you didn't catch that. Sometimes God will let the enemy move so he can move 2 steps on top of it, just to show you his glory for you. That is a fact. Big shout out to Simone. Thank you for rocking with us too, man. I appreciate it. And big shout out to my boy Carlton, um, Boyd. I think that's his name, man. Big shout out to him. I hope you're seeing this, bro. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to everybody who liked my email up and sending me these amazing. Big shout out to Paige once again. I hope you're still rocking with us right now, Paige. Look at that, 31 people live and 13. This is like the opposite numbers in reverse. I wonder what that means. Numerology. All my numerology people, if you're rocking with me, let me know. The perps won't stay around us long, as true TIs, as true real TIs will. We're here through the end. TI Task Force, check me out, bro. These perps will stay around you and me as long as we allow them to. You know, like, I have these perps still calling me. They still call my phone. They still send me text messages, like, and they know I know, that the jig is up. They know this. But they're like, "Oh, next, we're friends, and I love you, and this and that and the third, and end of the day, and no, but you didn't love me when you were sitting there perping on me and doing weird perpy shit, right? That's not love. Ain't no coming back from that. I mean, you better have a valid excuse why you're perping on me. Like, what is the excuse for that? Like, what is the excuse for that, right? Right? Like, why are you perping on me? Like, what is there any excuse for that? No, there's not. No, it's not, if you ask me. But at the same time, we are called to forgive, right? Yeah, and I do. And I forgive you guys, but at the same time, nobody has been genuine and told me, like, yes, next day, I was supposed to do this to you and such and such. It's like something I had to figure out, something that God opened my eyes to, you know. And just like Self-Contented says, yes, they go all out to seem genuine. Yes, they do. Absolutely, they do. And they do. I mean, they come on, they make these videos, and the Bible says, and there, people are not really gang stalking you, and this is not happening, and blah blah blah. Like, when they start talking crazy and stupid like that, like, I know automatically, like, okay, This isn't real. Like these people are perps. Like like knowing what I know now, like I had a feeling that I had an idea who was perps already, but now it's next level. Now I really, but at the same time, I know um, they can slip, somebody in there, somebody who they know that you could trust and you would feel comfortable with, and such, somebody that's, relaxing in their big house and driving their car every day and doing all these crazy things. Jesus loves you. He does. Draw close to him. Let him help you. That's right, Matt W. And that's the thing. Like, he's helped me. And I know this for a fact, man. Like, at times where I was on the street, bro, and being gang stalked and didn't know where the next dollar was coming from, so I could go wherever else I had to go or anywhere, and then somebody would pop up, something, and God would work through somebody in that moment, and let me know that He is there. You know what I mean? And all I could do was just thank Him. That's all I could do is thank Him. In that moment, and move forward. Rosalind, big shout out to you. She said, have to watch later, but I am popping in to say hi. Cyber hug. Thank you, Rosalind. I need all the hugs and love I can get, man, because you have no idea. Glad that you're okay and doing chat. All right, spot on, bro. We all get our swagger on. Israel, Rosario, bro, the more they do, the more you need to go to Yeshua HaMashiach. It's okay. It's nothing but an entry to the next level. Don't be afraid. Seek God. You are lost. Read the Word of God. Okay. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Denise says, I'm here in Cali and the perps are thick out here. Okay, Denise. So one thing that we have to understand, right? The perps are people who are perpetrating, not the people who are gang stalking you, like not the people who are harassing you, not the people who are stalking you, following you, brighten you. You know what I mean? The perps are people who are trying to get close to you, act like they're your friends, act like they care, act like they're targeted, act like they're going through what you're going through. Those are the perps, my friend. Like, let's not get this misconstrued, because that's what I did. I really was, yeah, these perps are outside, and they're perps on a train, and perps. I don't know those people. Like, those people never reached out to me. Those people never watched any of my videos. Or maybe they did. I don't know. But at the same time, they weren't perpetrating. They were stalking me. They were stalking me. They were gang stalkers. That's who they were, Denise. Um, Let's see here. So contenders says Satan minions are. I see how they jump in and out of people like movie Fallen. Blacklisted Texas. Big shout out to you. Made me wonder if I was the only legitimate one targeted. Yes, yes, Blacklisted Texas. I felt like that too. Like, I was on the phone with a couple friends of mine. I'm not gonna say their names. They know who I was. And I was just in spaz out mode, and I was just like, yo, these people ain't going through what I'm going through. Like, I'm out here, right? I'm out here. I just escaped a death trap. I'm being set up on every level. Like, I can't just go back to my mom's house and live with my parents. I don't even have parents. I have a mother. And that situation is crazy, right? These people ain't for me. You know what I mean? Like, everywhere I go, like, they let me know that they're there in full force, right? Like, I can't even get on a bus. I can't even get on a plane, a train. They're there, coughing, doing all of that, pointing their phones, letting me know that they are there, right? And then you have these people getting on, you hear these people, they have great lives, they have great jobs, they work, they might have couple little issues here that they talk about. But at the end of the day, these people have husbands, these people have wives, these people have lovely, nice lives, blessings. These people are, the upper echelon talking about they're targeted. They go through what I go through, and I was like lashing out and spazzing, and then I had to check myself, and I'm like letting my anger get the best of me. But it made me wonder if I was the only legitimate TI, you know? Like these people ain't going through what I'm going through. These people go home at the end of the day. They make love to their husbands and wives, and like they have many blessings. Like you're not targeted. Like I felt some type of way. I really did, man. And man, big shout out to Denise. She said I'm trying to get money to get out of Cali. I hear you, D. And if I can help you in any way, I definitely will. Robin Hood says, next, how do you feel about Ella Free? Great question. Great question, Robin Hood. Well, actually, before I lost my place in New York, where I'm originally from, in upstate New York, I actually was a guest on Ella Free's podcast. It didn't get posted onto her YouTube channel like she wanted it to, and she was asking me to send her a bio and a picture of me, but I never got around to it because I ended up losing my place and things just was like every day. This is like an everyday thing. This is not like, oh, I was targeted last month and then, everything was good this month and blah, blah, blah. Like it was crazy. But she invited me on as a guest on her podcast. I did her podcast. She's come on my podcast, not as a guest. I want to have her come on as a guest. But I got a chance to talk about some things, and you know, she has been nothing but supportive for me as far as me coming on her podcast, and I've shared ideas with her, and she was definitely on board. And now at the end of the day, as far as Ella Free, like I've heard things about her just like you've heard things about me. I've heard all kinds of things, and that's how this TI community is set up, for us to hear things about people. And and at the end of the day, I don't know Ella. Like I've never met her in real life, but from the interactions that I've had with Ella Free, like she's been solid with me. Um, and I'm not gonna come on here and slander her, Ella Free. A lot of people, do, and a lot of people have had situations with Ella Free where things didn't necessarily go according, right? Things didn't go, um, the way that they intended it to, or things kind of went left with them, and I've heard all about these things. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to take this opportunity to slander Ella Free. You know, um, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. That's not what I'm going to do. Um, she has a platform where, she has given many opportunities for TIs to come on and to share their experience. And, she put these billboards up, and she's done incredible work as far as exposing, what is happening to TIs. And I've actually talked to Ella Free a few times, and she has shared with me her experiences, and things that's happened that I'm not gonna say here. But as far as my opinion, because Robin Hood says, next, how do you feel about Ella Free? What I'm gonna say is God bless her, and you know, she's done tremendous above and beyond work, more than the average person has done. As far as getting being an activist, you know, and actually, you know, putting out information and giving a platform for TIs to be heard. And she's very beautiful. You know, if you guys have ever seen her, she's like a Barbie doll almost. You know, like not to just talk about how she looks or anything, but I just admire what she's done for the TI community, and I can't speak on who she is individually because I've never met her before. But all I can do is just talk about what I've seen from her as far as her work and her work ethic, and I salute her, and that's just that's what I'm gonna say right now. Let's see here. Rick M. Big shout out to Rick. He says Emo Pack support group in Seattle is infiltrated. I believe all support groups are perp infested. I believe that too, Rick. I do. That's a fact, Rick. That's not even I don't it's not even something I believe. That's a fact. Rick M is spot on. Like these support groups like YouTube, like this YouTube community is infiltrated. It is. You know what I mean? It really is. Like straight up, it really is. ND says, I had a friend betrayed by Ella Free. Man, I mean, you hear things, right? You hear things, right? And I'm pretty sure, people will say the same thing about me. Oh, Next did this, or Next did that. It doesn't necessarily make it 100% true. Like it's a lot of people in this TI community that is placed in this community. Next is a perp. Next is this. Next, right? But nobody will say it to my face. I mean, there has been situations where things went left and people spazzed out and said crazy stuff. But at the end of the day, it's crazy stuff, and I know what I went through, and I know what I'm going through every day. And at the end of the day, whether you believe it or not, like I'm not trying to convince nobody of what I went through because I know what I went through. I know what I go through every day. Like, and I don't feel called to, there was somebody who came on my live stream the last time I came on and was just talking crazy, talking about, oh, I'll believe you if you show proof. It's obvious you haven't watched any of my videos, bro, because there was a moment where I was recording everything that was moving, and when I first started, and I was just like, and then I didn't want my channel to be one of those channels where I'm just out, recording everything moving and acting like a perp myself and just recording the people, and even though these things were happening, like I felt like, the things that I had to say was more valuable than me, pointing my camera at, whatever situations that was happening, but at the same time, you never know what you're going to get on my channel. You know what I mean? You never know what's going to happen. Like when you click on my channel, or if I post a video, you don't know if it's going to be a music, you don't know if it's going to be a podcast, or a live stream, or some footage of me being gang stalked, or me just, feeling called to share, a message that could possibly help you get through, or just have a different outlook on things. And I'm first to admit that I'm not always right, you know? Like, early on in my targeting, like, everybody thinks they know, right? And that's something, like, everybody thinks they know what is happening, and I would happen to be one of those people. I thought I knew what the perps were, and I made a video, and I invite everyone to go and check it out on my channel. I have a video called Who and What Are the Perps? Man, I was absolutely wrong. I was 300% wrong. Because, the stuff that I said in that video, they weren't perps. I was talking about gang stalkers. That video should have been titled, I should go back and retitle it to Who and What Are the Gang Stalkers? Right? Because these perpetrators are the ones who have infiltrated our community. All right, big shout out to King Jacob. King Jacob, he says, stop smoking bud. It clouds your mind. Well, King Jacob, let me tell you, brother, I smoke cigars. This is tobacco, my friend. This is not bud, okay? This is tobacco. It is a cigar, okay? I don't smoke bud. Thank you for your comment. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Self-contended says, how many perps agents in the chat right now? Right. Well, let's see. We got 13 thumbs up, right? We can just do that. It doesn't necessarily mean it's right, but we got 13 thumbs up and we got 30 people on here. So subtract 13 from 30 and you can kind of figure out who's a perp and who's not. You know? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe that might be silly of me because perps hit that thumbs up too, you know? They show fake support too, right? All right, man, let's get into it, man. Like I said, if you guys have any questions for me, smash it, throw them questions in there, man. My boy Mike Smith says, I agree. The amount of persecution we go through as real TIs makes it easy for us to hold back. Not mimicking the crap they do pisses them off, and even more, we can keep taking the hits without return. Shalom, Floyd. That's right. Hey, next, I see Emily under some of your videos helping you out. Yes, Emily. Yes, Emily has always been Emily Graham. If you're talking about Emily, big shout out to her. She's going through this too, and she's definitely been riding with me, and I appreciate her, and I'm glad you took the time out to realize that. ND, I don't know how to pronounce Ndezeigwe, but yeah, you know how it is. Israel Rosario says, we need a team to know the hack we beat them in the game. Let's take them out. Let's see here if we got any more questions here. Let me see, man. Scrolling through here. Yeah, I can't see what's in the feed. Man, we got a lot of comments here. Yo, save your energy on better things. Folks need to earn our trust. That's a fact. Yeah, I always say that, man. Trust is earned. It's not like, yo, do you need a light? Like, yeah, I'll give you a light. Here's a light, Like, no, that's not how trust works. Trust is definitely earned, and it's something that is earned. And let's see here. Robin Hood says they're like energy vampires. Cyber Recon, yo, what's going on, Cyber? Just here doing a little, subscriber hangout. I felt I had some things that I needed to say. Good to see you, Cyber. I haven't really been making any videos. Let's see here. Justice for Jake says, big shout out to Justice for Jake says, I don't know a single awake person and could really use some support. My email is weneedamiracle3@gmail.com. Let's see here. Cyber says, I'm moving soon. Okay, Cyber. I'm going to give you a call, Cyber. We'll get a chance to talk. Justice for Jake says, my icon is of my boyfriend's grave. He died at 33 on November 9th. His gravestone has one eye cut off. Two, many more things to list. Wow. That's crazy. I'm so sorry, man. I send my condolences out to you. 100%. Man, I have a lot of comments here. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm backed up here. Rick M says, I'm in Washington State. That is one of the most heaviest targeted states in America. Washington State. And big shout out to everybody that's out there living in life, man. It's not easy, man. I'm in Washington State. I've traveled a lot. This evil cannot be escaped. Middle of Sahara. They follow you on donkeys with one closed. Man, oh man. Big shout out to Simone Ellis. She says, Father God, in Jesus Christ, holy and blessed name, I ask that you watch over all in the chat. I plead the blood of Jesus over all of us here. Thank you, Lord. In Jesus' name I ask and pray. Amen. Arnold says, Amen. Thank you, Simone. Thank you. Thank you very much, my friend. All right. What is your story, Matt? Man. Let's see. Who said that? Justice for Jake says, what is your story, Matt? All right. Let's see here. God bless you, my brother. Thank you. Nick, what's going on, Nick? Hey, that's my boy, man. My boy, Nick. Reborn Legacy, Lindsey King. All right. That's my guy. Word, man. I'm proud of you, bro. Like, your channel is lit right now, man. Seriously, bro. Doing great things on the channel, putting out great music, information, amazing videos, man. Everybody check my boy Nicky out, man. That's my guy. That's my guy. Okay, Meeks B says it reduces blue light and is much better for your eyes. Meeks B. Maserati Meeks. If you stare at screens all day. Right on. Good night, beautiful peeps. All right. My homie Meeks. I love her. Yo, it was just a fire in my building. Man, that is crazy, man. Sorry to hear that, man. Man, oh man. Awakened State says, question for everyone in the chat regarding the so-called TI community and the fake TI shills. I'm more than keen to expose these YouTube perps. Any request on a perps exposed vid? Oh man, my boy is out here. My boy is not playing. Oh man, exposed. My boy is not playing around. We are awesome peeps. Man, my friend who's a perp TI does things he doesn't remember. Yeah. You know what, ND? EZ, IG, WE. I don't know how to even say that. ND, Ned, Nid. Sometimes these people are mind controlled, right? And they are taking over. And they are doing things and saying things that Ezekwe, and they will do things. They'll start arguments with you. They'll start fights. They'll hit you. They'll attack you, set you up. They'll do things, and and not even be physically aware of it. A good example of that will be this movie Control Factor. If you've never seen it, Google Control Factor, and it's a great depiction that shows you, um, you know, it shows you how people can be controlled by the mind control. A lot of people, mass population, is under mind control right now and don't even realize it. And they're mind controlled to do things, to have sexual urges, to have urges to do drugs, to have urges to be mean to people, to set people up, to kill people, to do all kind of things, and they're under exclusive mind control, right? And after they're done, mind controlling these people to do whatever they want to do, they come out of it, and these people are not even aware that they have done the things that they've done. Like a lot of these, mass shootings where they go to malls and shoot up the mall, or they go to schools and shoot up schools, or, and these people are not even aware that, that they are doing these things. People have been raped. There have been mothers who've killed their children and not even realized it. There have been fathers who have raped their wives and killed, all kinds of people. Like, they're not even been aware that they are being mind controlled to do this. And then boom, like, they come out of it and they are not aware, and they don't remember that they did it because they didn't do it. They were mind controlled to do these things. And I know this sounds like a fairy tale. It sounds like a movie, right? Because the control factor is a movie, but it just shows people that these things really happen, right? And sometimes that happens, and it's hard to decipher. When these things happen. Like, I've had situations with my family where they've done things to me, and have not, and I'm like, yo, you did this, and they like, not it'll appear on the outside, like, for me looking at it, like, yeah, you did this, and they're like, I didn't do that, and they like, and they mind, like, I don't know if they're lying to try to cover up what they did, or if they really didn't do that, like if they were just mind controlled to do these things to me, to hurt me, to further isolate me, to do these things to me. You know what I mean? Justice for Jake says 9 is a sacrificial number to them. Please avoid having any surgeries on the 8th or 9th of each month. Avoid hospitals on these dates. Mike Smith says, I don't trust anyone who a perp on or offline. That's a fact. I don't trust them either, bro. Like, I don't. Because, these people who are perpetrating, right? These people who are doing that, they are trying to gain our trust. They are trying to come in our life, make believe that they're our friends, they care about us. They'll have moments with you where they'll call you up and they'll, oh, next, I feel like this and such, and you spend your time with them, and I want to say waste time, because it's really a waste of time if it's on a perp. It's a waste. Because at the end of the day, these perps have an ulterior motive, and it's nothing good. It's nothing good. It's to hurt you, it's to isolate you, it's to kill you. It's to run smear campaigns, it's to do evil to you. It's nothing good. You know. Let's see here, my boy Nicky Reborn. He said this world is not our home. No, it's not. But unfortunately, we have to live here, for some odd years, for the remainder of our life. Could be 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 years. We don't know, you know. But there's definitely a next level after this life. And, that's our home. But unfortunately, till we get to that next level, this is, what we have to deal with. And this is where we have to live. And, a lot of people do have homes. Me, unfortunately, like, I'm out here. Like, I've been on the streets. I've been through city to city to city to city, just being gang stalked and just being put through the worst, and just been going through all kinds of things. But what I wanted to let you guys know, on the last live stream, I was really upset. Like, I really, I felt some type of way, and I had some time to sit with everything, and I decided to keep going, to keep doing what I've been doing, but just with a new focus and a new, knowing what I know now, like, I have so much more to say, so much more things to do. Like, I had so many ideas that I was working towards, that things might have changed a little bit, right? Things have shifted a lot of it. Let me just be clear, not even a little bit, but I know that I'm going through these things, and this is not a game for me. Like, this is not a popularity contest. Like, I'm not coming on YouTube, trying to, have a party or be the center of attention or be the man of the hour, or I'm not looking for anybody to validate me or anything like that. Like, I know what I go through at the end of the day. I don't need anybody to believe me And if you do, God bless you. You know, like if you support me, God bless you. Like if you have done anything to help me along my journey, I love you and I appreciate you and a 3,000%, man. But I'm not gonna stop next time. Like I'm not gonna stop these shows and these things that I had planned to do. I'm gonna keep things going. I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna keep putting these videos out. I'm gonna keep making my music, and I'm gonna keep moving forward. You know, I can't let a situation that happened, you know, deter me from my destiny, whatever that may be. Like I'm still on this. I still don't know what my destiny is, but I know I'm not going through all of this for no reason. Just like everybody that's really going through this, because the people that's perpetrating the perps, they're not driving lifts, they're not driving Ubers, they're watching your videos, they're trying to get in contact with you, they're trying to connect with you, they want to talk to you, right? They're not really going through this. They're getting paid to do these things. They're getting paid to act like they're TIs. They're getting paid to put on these rallies. They're getting paid to act like they're your friends. They're getting paid. And they might break you off a little something. They might donate a $20 here or $50 here or, you know, whatever they do, you know, like, don't get caught up in the hype because that's what I did, you know. And big shout out to Sojourner Truth. Thank you for joining my subscriber hangout. You know, just getting over 2 hours. But you know, there were a lot of people who really genuinely helped me out, and I really appreciated that, and I encouraged that. But this specific individual who set me up sent me some, you know, rather large donations, and that reeled me in, and that made me more susceptible to danger. You know, not using my eyes, my spiritual eyes, but my, you know, worldly eyes, and thinking that, okay, since this person did that, that they really care about me. They really care about the movement. They really want to help. No, they was reeling me in. It was reeling me in, you know. So I made a statement, and I said, you know, oh, you know, these people make donations and such. But I was talking about one specific individual who made that, you know, who was making donations and reeling me in, and they reeled me in. They did that. They did that, you know? And I just don't want people to be fooled like I was fooled. I was fooled countless times over and over again by many CI. I can't even say they TIs, man. They like confidential informants. They're not targeted individuals. They're CIs. And I wanna personally thank everybody who who did, you know, help me when I needed help, you know, because there's a lot of people who come on this, you know, YouTube, and you know, they're fronting, they're CIs, they're confidential informants, they're acting like they're TIs, man. And some of these people, those people are getting paid by, you know, private security firms, big checks to do these things, to hurt us, to set us up. But on top of that, you know, some of these people are working, like the money is not an issue for these people, you know, and they let that be known. Justice for Jake says, do you think that the TI rally was run by CIs or TIs? CIs. Absolutely. I think that it was. I honestly, like, I don't think that there were many real TIs who attended that event. And I'm not trying to shit on anybody, but I'm just speaking my truth. And if you don't like it, I don't care. Like, that's just how I feel. A lot of those people who are on the front lines, they're not really TIs. They're not going through what I'm going through. They're not going through what you're going through, right? The real TIs who are watching this, you know, and I had every plan on going to that event. Like I really wanted to go there, man. I really wanted to go, but I was set up, and there was threats, there were death threats on me, and the last thing I wanted to do was show up at an event like that, and then something really violent happening, and innocent people losing their lives on account of me, you know. That's what I didn't want, and it was just too soon after what I went through for me to even be in an environment like that. And it was just like, that's why I apologized on the last live stream. I really apologize because on my videos I'm like, yeah, the Sacramento rally, I'm like, I'm gonna be there and pull up, and I'm gonna be there. And I know a lot of people pulled up, expecting me to be there, and I wasn't, and that's not like me. Like, if I say I'm gonna do something, I try my hardest to ensure that I can, do that. And so for justice for Jake, I don't believe that. I don't believe a lot of those people are real TIs, but I know there were some real TIs out there for a fact. I know that for a fact. That there were some real TIs out there for a fact. And usually you can tell, like when people go up to talk, like you can tell from, they share their testimony. And but that's another thing though, because I've been fooled. Like I've had people on my podcast come on my podcast and have these amazing testimonies, and I'm fooled. So then again, I don't know, and then you just never know, and then you can really like rack your brain and waste a lot of time trying to figure out who is real and who's not. I say stray away from that. I say just focus on you. Like all at the end of the day, when you cut off your phone, or when you put down your phone and you have to go outside, or you have to go to the store, you have to just whatever you have to do, as an individual, and these things are happening to you, that that's happening to you. Don't waste your time worrying about if Pat, Billy, or you know, Sally is targeted or not, because it's not going to help you. It's not going to make your targeting decrease or increase at the end of the day if you're a real TI. But these perps, they're the ones that's worried about it. But they have websites now. They could just click on the website and see where the TIs are, and you know what I mean? Like, this thing is crazy. Like, people don't really, I don't know, like, they just don't think, man. Big shout out to Sojourner Truth. Sojourner Truth, thank you for joining my subscriber hangout. Says, I have a question for you, man. Shoot. Ask whatever question you want, man. Indignus United says, shout out to Next Level. You're amazing. We're all in this together. We will make it through this, man. You know what? There's so many situations, Indignus, that I don't feel amazing. I don't feel like that. You know? Like when I cut off my phone, even when I cut on my phone, you know? Like when I'm all alone and I'm sitting here and I'm trying to figure out where can I go? What am I gonna eat for the day? How am I gonna get money? Like, what am I gonna do the next week? Where am I gonna go? You know what I mean? I don't feel amazing in those moments. Who can I trust? Who sincerely really got my back? Like, is there anybody out there who really genuinely has love? You know, when these people are out here gang stalking me everywhere I go, when I don't have nowhere to sleep, you know, and a lot of these people ain't going through that. They're not, you know. But I really appreciate that comment, man. Thank you. And it's people like you who uplift me and give me the strength to move forward, man. And I really appreciate that, man. Thank you. Sojourner Truth says, above the title for this live chat is a link and a blueprint for a company called Greek Real Rental. Was this something you added on purpose, or did YouTube add it without your knowledge? Actually, I don't know. I don't even know nothing about that, Sojourner Truth. I don't know what YouTube is doing. My channel is not monetized, and if you see something there with a Greek Real rental or whatever that is, I have no idea. I am not getting any money behind that. I'm not getting any money from none of this stuff. From any of the hard work that I put in, people don't understand like the hard work that I put in. Not for a live stream like this, because all I have to do is just press the button and just talk. But any of my videos, my music, my podcasts, live streams, like that stuff, I really work hard for that stuff. And then some people just feel like, oh, it's just YouTube, like that we shouldn't be compensated for our work, and I just do that just on the strength, just for the love. But at the end of the day, it's still work. I put in hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, and it's just, I don't know. I honestly, but I don't know what that is. Sojourner Truth, thank you for asking. I will go back and check that out, and you know, I don't know. My boy Nick says, I want everybody in this chat to know one thing. Okay, okay. Yeah, I've never seen that before, Sojourner Truth. I don't know what that is. Let's see here. Robin Hood says, bro, I see strength and character in you. The most people I've ever met. Keep up the good work. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. I really do. Um, you know, but at the end of the day, like, it's so much that I go through personally, and not, trying to be about me. Because anybody who knows me, I think about you. Everybody that's watching, even, perp or not, like real TIs, like I think about everybody that's really going through it. I think about everybody. I think about so much. Like, I'm a thinker, and a lot of my videos, like, I just encourage like a lot of people to just think, because I know, going through this that's what they don't want. They don't want us to think. They just want us to be afraid. They want us to be scared. And, I have been in many situations where I was afraid and I was scared. Just like this last situation, I didn't think I was going to make it out alive. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to make it out, you know. And, real TIs, you guys know how that feels. These perpetrators don't know how that feels. They just think everything's all good. We just come in the TI community. Let's find a real TI. Let's reel them in. Let's target them. Let's get our check. Let's isolate them. Let's gaslight them. Let's do all the things that whatever is in their gang stalking manual for that specific situation. Let's get the job done. Let's get our check, and let's get the hell on and get another one. And that's exactly what I don't want them to use my platform for. But I do want you guys to know that I'm not giving up, man. I'm gonna keep this thing going. Um, you know, I feel like this TI Lives Matter movement is a real thing. It's serious, and no, a lot of people ain't really passionate about it. Like, they don't give a shit at the end of the day. And those people ain't really going through it, you know. They just want to, plan for another rally or another this and that, and whatever is in their gang stalking manual, that's what they want to do. But at the end of the day, for the real TIs that's out here that's really going through this, we need a movement. We need something. We need change. We need to figure out something, you know. And me personally, I need to make better decisions and not move off of impulse and, move based off of, what people are saying. And as you guys can see, my eye is almost, it's healing. You know, never thought that I would be, sitting here doing this right now. But unfortunately, I am. The MK Ultra comic says, I wonder if some real TIs are recruited into perps to cause the most damage and confusion. I've heard that that's happened, but I have never been, approached by anybody to ask me to be a perp or anything like that. Like, I don't think that a real TI could be a perp though. Because if you're really a TI, like there's no need to perpetrate. You know what I mean? Like you're not getting paid to front like a TI. You've been targeted. But you can be a trader and work for the other side. But at the end of the day, those people are still targeted. If you make one mistake, they can flip the switch and your targeting goes up 150%. You know what I mean? Truth Serum, what up, Truth? He said, looking good. Next, what's up, homie? Truth, did you go to the rally? Man, I didn't make it out there, bro. Like, I got into some real situation, bro. And I apologize, man. But I'm, you know what? I'm still going to come to Cali. I'm still going to come out there. Straight up. I'm not going to tell y'all when, but I will pop up in Cali. I'm gonna go everywhere. I'm not letting this program stop me. And if it does, you guys will see it. You know what I mean? You guys will see it, man. Straight up. But big shout out to my boy True Serum, man. That's my guy. Um, let's see here. Yola said these people feed on TI's pain and fear. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And that's one thing that I noticed in that last situation that I just barely escaped. They was like getting off on me being afraid. Like when I was thinking that these people were gonna shoot me and kill me, and I was shook, man. I really thought I was dead. I thought I was gonna die, and they was just like perping me all, shoot him, kill, yeah, all right, hit him. They were sitting in there talking. Oh, he's gonna shoot him through the window. Like, oh yeah, kill him, man. He's gonna shoot. We gotta shoot him in the head. He's sitting right in the other room in the chair. So shoot him, and I'm sitting in there. Like, I don't know if anybody has ever been in that situation, but it's not nice. It's not easy to go through that, you know? And I was thinking, man, I should go in there and kill these motherfuckers, man. Like, they talking, you know what I mean? Like, and what if I did? Like, what if I did? Like, in that moment when I was hearing them say all that stuff, what if I went in there, like, they about to take my life? Like, what if I'm going to go in there and take their life? I think that's what they want. They try to push us to do these crazy things. And then I would have been on the news, you know? It would have been a headline. And they would have all knew about it. And they set these perps up to do that. And they don't care about these perps that's doing that. And that's what these perps don't understand. Yeah, y'all might get y'all little bonus check at the end of the day. But y'all playing with fire. And you know what? Y'all can end up dead behind this. Playing with real TIs. Like it could happen. It could happen to you, perp. That's what you watching right now. You playing right now. You playing around with real TIs. You never know. Somebody might really stab you in the throat. You know? And that little money that y'all making, that little money that y'all talking about, that y'all talking about, what y'all gonna do with this little 25,000 or whatever, 50,000, whatever the case may be, that could be a life. Playing with people, man. Yola says that's why Satanists, when they sacrifice people, they torture them first to increase fear and pain. They feed on it, enjoy it as well, right? I think that's what they was doing to me, right? I think that's what they were doing to me. Like, they was just torturing me, man, and they're like, the end game result was for me not to walk out of there. But I knew I had to get out of there. I was talking to my friend Cyber, and she was like, Next, you got to get out of there. And I didn't even believe that I was going to make it out of there. But she told me that I was going to make it out of there. And she was right. True Serum says, definitely when I have a bad day, they do their best to make it worse. Yes, they do. Everything you engage in, you will be revisited with. That's a fact. That's a whole fact. Mike Smith says, I have so much respect for these gorgeous female TIs. Michelle, Cash. That's right. I do too. That's a fact, Mike Smith. I do too, man. But Meeks, let's be clear. Meeks B, beautiful. One of the most beautiful girls I ever met in my life, on the inside and out. She's not a TI though, bro. She's not targeted, but she stands up and she is for us. There's a lot of perpetrators out here fronting like they TIs, but they not. They not for us. These perpetrators, but Meeks B is for us. She is, and big shout out to her. The MK Ultra Comic says, the only friend that didn't turn on me wasn't approached at all. Sometimes the light is so strong with people, the perps don't dare try and recruit. Yeah, man. So guys, I want to let you guys know, I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me, and I want to let y'all know that the saga must continue. As long as there's breath in my lungs, I will continue the saga. I'm moving forward with, all the plans that I had in store. I wasn't sure if I even wanted anything to do with this anymore. But, unfortunately, whether or not I continue to do what I do, I'm still targeted out here. Like I'm still going through things every day. Just like you, the real TIs that's going through this thing, man. And it's not gonna do me any due diligence to just remain silent and to fall back and act like, you know, the real TIs that's really going through this is not out here and going through this, And there's TIs who was just like me, who are just finding out today, that I targeted. Like I've been getting comments. I see these comments, and they're like, that the videos that I've made have had an impact on people, just like, targeting must end had an impact on me. And I just want to encourage everybody to check out his channel if you haven't checked it out. That was, that channel woke me up to what was happening, and a whole lot of other channels, but that was the initial channel that God led me to. Straight up. And I'm not going to let, these bad apples, spoil it for me as far as, what I'm called to do. And I just want to thank everybody who helped me along my journey. I don't care. Like, if you were real and genuine, and I don't care if it was just a comment. I don't care if it was an email. Well, I do care. Let me take that back. Whether it was an email, a comment, a donation, whatever it was, like, if you helped me along my way, along my journey, thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Because God knows, like, I'm not trying to prove anything to nobody, but I know at the end of the day, God knows. And, maybe God worked through you people to help me in those moments. And even the people the perps, man, who smeared me and talk about me and doing all this crazy stuff, thank you too. Thank you for showing me who you are. Thank you for letting me know, what this whole thing is all about. I appreciate you, man.